Good evening. I'm Dave Jenkins. I'm speaking again about the EMS service in Webster. There have been a few developments since my last presentation. And by the way, I'm not sure why the ambulance issue was such important to me. I was going to drop it about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the guy in the middle there poked me. Never poke a bear. Never mind. See, he always lies.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so I had a conversation with Jenny. Jenny Contestable is a friend of mine. She's on the Democratic Webster Committee. I'm also part of some of that. Anyhow, and a few friends of mine. We all believe that quality EMS as a service in Webster is a necessity. But all had different ideas and questions as to what quality means. Not everyone knew there was an ongoing issue. Some people did hear the West Webster Fire Department stopped their ambulance service. And I don't know about Webster proper. Anyhow, so all want some sort of approval possible of any new ambulance service and the financing needed. I believe at the moment Webster has an agreement with NEQALS, which is the Northeast Quadrant Advanced Life Support. That's what it stands for. $50,000 in town monies and another $255,000 of emergency from. This is for 2022 only, correct, Tom?
Correct.
Okay, so Tom wanted me to add that. The contract calls for NEQALS to be the first company called as a result of a 911 emergency. And again, it says, I hope I paraphrase this correctly, and I asked Tom for his assistance. This agreement gives Webster time to do the due diligence necessary. We have time to see what has been done and decide if we have to reinvent the wheel. Tom has requested copies of the EMS agreements from the other towns in Monroe County. Tom has also scoped out where ambulance service could be conveniently housed in Webster, both sides of town and spaced appropriately. Tom also sees an opportunity if needed to ask for bids and presentations from other ambulance companies, or not. This seems to be a new business opportunity. Please leave room, that's supposed to be please, not plus. Please leave room for adjustments as time moves on. Again, I have paraphrased that, I cut that from, I have been working on that for a while. Okay, Tom has also been looking at communication, education, and possible voter participation. Many pros and cons there. If you talk to Tom, he goes through a list of things he did for other issues. It's, again, we'll see. I personally, I still believe a postcard issued to each voter, registered voter in the district is a way to go. You can't put it on the election. The time for November 6th election is passed to add anything new to that. An election, a town-wide election might not work. There are reasons. Tom and I talked at length on this the other day. But to me, this is maybe the reason why I come up here. I think it's a good way to do it. Did everybody get their G'nay mailer this week? I got a G'nay mailer I put right in the recycle box. But what it is, you open it up, you read it. I always read it, make sure I'm not turned, So anyhow, it says if you have someone that needs assistance, you have to say yes. And to put their name down, then you detach the card, hold it so that it's safe, it's glued, and it's mailed for free. It says on that back side, if mailed within the United States, this is free. I think we could use something similar for Webster, so that I don't know what your return would be on the postcards, but at least everybody would know what's going on. You could also use the Webster One system. That's the school system. I received that the other day, and I thought, this might work. I always read it, and I especially read the adult education sections. Mine came in 2 different pieces I had to put together. Again, it doesn't matter. Okay. I know that the town council could just approve many or all of the above steps. But as much resident participation will go a long way to insurance that our town board is capable of handling all issues raised. Webster has elected you. Narrow the choices down to 2 or 3 scenarios. Define and codify these ideas. Then include the residents as much as reasonable in this large change of business residing in Webster. Again, people need to know what happens during an emergency. There's a sense of security there. And if we tell them, the more information we give them, the better. They might not like it, but It's, at least it's done. One other thing, I'm ready to help. My friend Jenny is ready to help. Butch and Jen, talk to them, they're ready to help. Mike M., he's one of my friends from Xerox. Don't have his permission to speak his name, so that's just Mike M. He's ready to help. We'll do things like word of mouth is huge, neighborhood meetings, whatever you guys need. We'll even do the grunt work. If you need someone help counting votes, if you decide to go that way, we'll help count votes. All above board. We all see the need, we all care to help. And I'm gonna be back. You'll see guys, I'll be back here in another month. We're not allowed questions, I asked Tom about that before. So, if people want to talk to me afterwards, Tom knows how to deal with me. Thank you.
Thank you, David. I just had to change something on my notes here before. I think the only other speaker is Ahmed, who is the chairman of the board and president of, or CEO, what he calls it. I'm a numbers, stats guy, so Dave gave the town board his notes. My name, Tom, is written 4 times on this document, and you spoke my name 10 times overall.
Huh.
I'm learning this political thing, I'll tell you that. So Dave and I ran into each other at my favorite coffee shop that I go to. I see your daughter here too. And Dave came over, I think this was Monday or Tuesday, and started talking to me. And I'm going to be honest with you, Dave. I'm going to really think about that in the future if all of a sudden my name is strewn all over this document and there's some things up there that were said that are not accurate to what I said to you. So, and I know you're a good guy. I know that. But if we're going to have you come up in a month and talk, then you and I aren't talking the next month. You need to reference things up there from somebody else. Because I have concerns that when my name is said, and people are watching this tape, that there are some things that were not exactly accurate. And I know you didn't do that on purpose.
I tried to keep.
I know you didn't.
Yeah.
But I just want,
15 minutes.
for the record,
2.5.
I think it was important for that to be said.
Okay.
And I can't stress this enough. Dave Jenkins is a good man. And I am a very verbose person who tends to be a little too congenial, and I'm minding my own business at a coffee shop, and Dave would come up, and I would, you know, and so we talked. I'm gonna have to think about that, because I gotta remember now I'm a town supervisor, and talks like that might all of a sudden have somebody at a podium that are saying things that are out of context or not exactly accurate. And like I said, I know it wasn't intentional. It's a sensitive and emotional enough conversation. I don't need unintentional kerosene thrown on a fire.
What did I
That's
do
all I'm saying.
wrong? What did I?
I'm not, we'll talk, I don't know,